Alright, 69-second summary for my old Cradily deck, updated with Volcanion EX because I'm officially out of ideas and thought, hey, Volcanion causes a status condition and Cradily does more damage based on number of status conditions they have, so why not? The biggest issue with running a Cradily deck or any fossil deck in 2025 is that Budew exists and Amistar V doesn't. The fossil you need to evolve from is an item, so if you're under item locked, well, sucks to be you. And because Amistar V is gone, removing a way to easily get stage 1 fossil Pokemon out of the deck, you have to evolve from those fossils. Unless you're a crazy person and want to use Totsadiri EX or Reuniqueless. On the plus side, Cradily's fossil is the best. If Antique Root Fossil is in the active spot, attacks used by your opponent's active basic Pokemon cost 1 colorless more. So this prevents Budew from attacking unless they attach an energy to it. As a reminder, Cradily's ability flips a coin. If it's heads, you get to make their active burn, confused, or poisoned, as all three of those can exist simultaneously. Then for a single grass energy, it does 100 damage times the number of status conditions they have. So get all three on there, it's dealing 300. And thanks to Brute Bonnet and now Volcanion EX, you don't have to worry too much about the coin flip anymore. Now, before you go thinking I'm a genius, I mean, I am, but Cradily does have a lot of issues. Bench space is tight, Dragapult is a horrible matchup if you stumble for a turn, and finding your fossils is harder than me after I look at Cradily's tentacles for a few seconds. If there's no Latias in the deck, I may as well just concede. Okay, there's Latias. If we just get a goated turn here, we can just knock out the Budew. Actually, we do just knock out the Budew. We don't even have to worry about anything. The Budew is just KO'd here. We don't want Bug Catching. We don't want any of these cards, so we just want to use Iono. And then I burn, retreat, item lock them, they get knocked out due to status conditions, and then they suck their own butt, and it feels really nice. All right, so let's go attach to you. Got to make sure I burn them. And then I don't think I play with my balls here. Press 1 if I should play with my balls. I don't think I do. So they're item locked. The Budew is knocked out. And they do have a butt face in the active, but the Lileep in the deck doesn't have an ability. So I can confuse them, I can burn them, I can poise them, we can use Pecharunt to increase the damage. And then the Lileep is just going to be very, very annoying. No Crispin, because they wouldn't have done it if they had the Crispin. I think this is a win, so Waldex might be just like a free win here. But yeah, just, it's so, oh, Antique Root Fossil. Into the Mimikyu, you have to use 3 energy. All right, so the Mimikyu's totally fine. I mean, do I use... I don't know what I use here. I think we're going to be like so far ahead that I should probably just get rid of the counter catcher, right? So let's go Pecharunt down. Pecharunt gets that, and then we go... Okay, hang on. I have a plan. I have a very smart plan. I'm a very fart smella. This is not a Cradily deck, though, at this point. This is just whatever the hell Pilot came up with deck. All right, unfortunately, we didn't get it like that, but we can still item lock them. And then we just go Itchy Pollen. I do need an Ancient Booster, though. I play 4 Arven. I don't play Town Store, so maybe Town Store should, you know, slink its way into here like a tentacle into a vacant orifice. But they're going to take a knockout. The Iono is great. I had no good moves for next turn. It was Iris or Morty. So it was draw 2 or draw 1. Well, that's unfortunate. A-Spec right now is Precious Trolley. I'm not convinced that Precious Trolley is the correct A-Spec. I think Legacy Energy is probably the best A-Spec. And I don't know if I want to rely on Pecharunt, but obviously it is just a great card. You know, there's a lot of ways you could play this, but I want to try to stay with the core idea of sucking huge butts. All right, so we got a Lileep, and then... I mean, I guess we just need to poison them. Or burn them, and then, yes, poisoning them would be great, but we can't do that. So then we go switch, item lock again, and then I guess next turn, if they take a knockout, we just Lileep. It's, you know, it's definitely going to be slow going for this deck. It's not a fast deck. you really do have to rely on your card draws here because you need to draw into your fossils. You can Arven for 1 every single turn, but then like that's your item for turn is Arven. I have never believed in Drayton. I see a lot of lists playing Drayton, and you know, good job if you are able to not get your butt sucked by this card. But I have been burned so many times in the past by Great Ball or Pokegear or just any card that looks at the top 7 cards of your deck that I can't reliably play Drayton. The bonus to Drayton is that it gets, you know, a Pokemon or a trainer, so it's like half of your deck it can get. And Saralyn, thank you. Yes, I was thinking Town Store, but the problem is the... Oh, this is such a great game. The problem is that PTCGL is a well-made game. All right, so we can't retreat again. I could... No, we just go Itchy Pollen one more time, and then we knock them out next turn with Lileep. I don't think it's worth the hassle. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the hassle. Yeah, I broke the game with my expert deck building. They got Cypher, Maniac, and Drayton in here. But yeah, Town Store. I play Mesagoza. I don't know if Mesagoza is really that useful. You know, it's a coin flip to maybe get a Lileep or a Cradily, but I play Ultra Ball. You know, it's more or less if you're under item lock, then maybe you don't get screwed over. So yeah, maybe Secret Box is better. I am definitely more partial. Ooh. That's amazing. All right. So clearly they don't know that I can just one-shot them here. So I'm more partial to Legacy Energy. But yeah, Secret Box could be pretty good here. It's just, you know, this deck is... It's a risky deck, for sure. And we can just knock out the Mimikyu this turn if I Surfer and then go and get a Cradily. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Legacy Energy. But because I don't want to play too many items because I'm not going to be using Arven for Secret Box. What the hell? I'm going to be using Arven for my fossils. So you do have to change your thinking a little bit. Town Store 100% is great. TM Evolution, I'm not actually sold on. Because with TM Evolution, you know, the only evolutions in the deck are the fossils. And you're probably only going to have one fossil at the end of turn 1. It's better to item lock them. Better to play with your balls, all that good stuff. Hey, we're just doing all the things today, aren't we? All right, let's see what we get here. So we're gonna go Selective Slime. I just need to flip heads and then we don't have to do anything. Thank you. All right, so we go Confused and then it is just a quick Surfer. Remember what Finger 11's original name was, Butthole Surfers. All right, so then we go Scalding Steam. This is the combo. This is what I told you I was going to do, because I'm goated like that. We're taking 2 prizes. They can't win. Waldex gets sucked off by my tentacles, because it's like suction cups, because Cradily, you can't move a Cradily. Like, that's how it survives at the bottom of the sea, is it has suction cups. It has short legs and can't walk very fast, but its neck and tentacles can extend to over 3 times their usual length to, yeah, sure, to nab distant prey. Yeah, sure. That's why those tentacles can extend to 3 times their usual length. Got it. It's all about that prey. Yeah, so we go Arven. Okay, so we go Arven for Secret Box, but then we have to have a 3-card hand. Yeah, I do have a Shiinotic build because Shiinotic puts them to sleep. So it's just, you play Brute Bonnet, you play Volcanion, you play Shiinotic, you have Cradily. You're doing status conditions all day long. And we have the Arven, so that is game unless... No, that's fine. We have Arven. All right. You want to play hardball? Let's play hardball here. Let's go Ancient Booster. Let's get the... I guess we just get the switch and go Ancient Booster, put the Pecharunt in the active. So yeah, we go switch into Volcanion. Status condition. Retreat into Pecharunt. Oh yeah, we can also confuse them too if we flip heads. Man, see, everything is working as it should. I'm so happy. And we're flipping heads. I mean, we don't necessarily need to be flipping heads here. Wait, why could I poison them? Wait, I could have... Oh, right. Okay, so that's not a glitch. Technically, that is correct. Wait, no, that's not correct. Because the Pecharunt is adding the poison. Why could I poison them? They were already poisoned, so I should not have been able to poison them in that situation, right? Because I poisoned them with Brute Bonnet. It gave me the option to poison them. I think it's a situation where PDCGL screwed up because sometimes there's cards that say your opponent's active is poison, put 2 damage counters on them during Pokemon checkup instead of 1. So I think the way that PDCGL is coded is that it might code in Pecharunt as like it's not poison, it's different than poison. Because you have to understand, I know how terribly designed PDCGL is. I've been here for over 3 years, over 9,000 games. You have to think like PDCGL. So whatever would make sense for a normal game, you have to think, what's the dumbest way that they could handle this? And that's how PDCGL does it. I have 40 cards left in deck, and I've taken 5 prizes. So what I would assume is that because of the Pecharunt boost, PDCGL thinks it's a different type of poison, which allows you to re-poison them with Cradily, which makes absolutely no sense. But that's PDCGL for you. Okay. So we just burn them. If we flip heads, we just burn them. Because I think I'm out of switch cards. Hey, that's GG, baby. Yeah, I did kind of want to poison them for science. Because PDCGL, that 100% is a bug. Yeah, PDCGL is always broken in some way. But we did get the win. Everyone got a chance to shine. We prized... Yeah, I think we can all agree that Precious Trolley is not the ace-spec of choice here. But we weathered that storm. We only played like 20... We played less than 20 cards, and we still won. Take that, Waldex. This is when you know PDCGL hates you, is when it presents you with this dilemma. It's like, hey, you have the rare candy Cradily, but you only have the Squawkabilly for this turn and this turn only. Ah, man, I don't even know what I should do. I should probably just go for Latias. I should probably just get rid of the hand. You know, I don't want to be doing this, but I do have another rare candy. It's probably prized, but that's fine. Ooh, hello. See, it always works out. I've never made a wrong decision before in the history of PDCGL. Actually, hang on. Do we go for a boxed order? I don't think we go for a boxed order here. I think that would be not the smartest thing. All right, so let's just go for rare candy and TM evolution. I'm prepping for next turn. And then we just go Itchy Pollen. Because we know for a fact that they're going to be using Joltik next turn. The only way they're not using Joltik next turn is if they just don't have an energy in their hand. And I have learned from over 9,000 games that if you have Iono and another playable supporter in your hand, and it's the beginning of the game, you always use the other supporter and not Iono, because Iono will screw you over and you will lose the game. All right, and yeah, you're definitely seeing the problems with this deck in the foreskin right now, is that I need to put Brute Bonnet and Volcanion into play. We do not have room for Brute Bonnet and Volcanion at the moment. So we want somebody to get knocked out. I can discard one of my fossils whenever I need to, but it's like, I don't need to. All right, so I'm assuming they have the energy and they're just going to go Heavy Baton and Iron Hands. Yeah, well, okay. I think this is going to be a nothing turn from them. Because they're going to go for Earthen Vessel, Heavy Baton. They don't... I guess they don't have the energy. You'd think they'd have the energy. But it's like me after playing TCG Live for a couple hours. They just don't have the energy. Get it? Because you don't have the energy to deal with this crap anymore. And the Pikachu EX, not a big deal whatsoever, because we'll do 190, and then the poison and the burn, those will knock it out. So Pikachu's not a problem for this deck. Getting an iron handy isn't a big deal either. Okay, so we go rare candy. And then I think it's just I'll put the TM evolution on the Budew because I kind of want this game to get going, right? I don't want to be the person who Budew somebody for 100 turns. Oh, baby. Okay, well, I didn't get an energy, so I don't feel bad about this. So let's go Brute Bonnet down. I could Pecharunt, but we're going to save that in our back pocket. All right, so let's go Toxic Powder. And yes, I know the Budew will suffer my wrath in a minute, but that's okay. All right, that's fine. And then we go Itchy Pollen. Totally fine. Okay. So I can make some moves. We're going to see what happens. I might end up having to get rid of my fossil. Wait, why didn't I knock out the Miraidon? Wait, wouldn't that have been smarter? Wouldn't it have been smarter to knock out the Miraidon? I was thinking that I'm playing PDCGL. There's no way things go my way. I was like, there's no way we flip heads on that status condition. And there's no way we do this. There's no way we do that. Then it's like, no, that actually worked. So yeah, I should have just taken the knockout with the Cradily, but things were going too well. I was so confused. Right? I was not expecting to be able to poison them and burn them and then knock them out and have everything go right. And they can't even play the game right now because they're sucking huge butts. All right, so this is cool. Then I guess we do just take the knockout with Cradily now. Well, actually, we might not be able to. Unfortunately, we may not be able to. I don't think we flip tails on selective slime, by the way. Let's burn them. Let's pretend we're Bo and burn them. Get it? We're gonna pretend like we're Bo and we're gonna burn them. Do you understand the joke that I just made? It might have gone over your head, like me when I'm flying. You know, like when I'm soaring and when I'm flying. Okay, so let's go retreat into Cradily, Ass Wind, and there we go. I just, you know, so many status effects. Why did that just, like, run to the discard pile? All right, so we have Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, which doesn't really do anything. They have to use the Joltik. This is why people have been saying, oh, Joltik Box is very hot and cold, is that if you have a 3-card hand and you don't have energy, you're just kind of screwed. And A-Swing, hey, I was the one who made the Cradily deck popular when it came out. Wait, when did it come out? Stellar Crown? So that was August? September? Right? Because Stellar Crown was not too long ago. All right, so they're prepping the Pikachu, which doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just go for the KO here. Yeah, I'm the cool one. we can. Oh, this is crazy. Do you understand? Hey, PDCGL, you have a chance to do the funniest thing ever right now. Give me another heads, and I will do the funny thing. Oh my god. Okay, if you're playing this at home, there's no way things are gonna go this well for you. But I'm gonna be able to boxed order here. Let's put that there. We're gonna boxed order for two cards. So let's go Night Stretcher. I think I have to prepare myself for trouble here. So I don't want to play with my balls. I'd rather Night Stretcher. They're just like, wait, what the hell does that card do? So yeah, boxed order, just go get 2 items. But your turn ends. I was just looking for cards to get items from the deck and that just popped up. All right, so we're down to 3. I am very worried about an Iono, but do they play Iono? I'm very not well-versed in Joltik Box. I've avoided it because, you know, Little Dark Furry, Fart the Wind, you know, everyone else played their own version of Joltik, and it's like, I kind of missed the plane on that one. I mean, I am more than willing to sacrifice my Cradily because they're going to do 120. That'll play 130. So I would get knocked out going into their turn, though. I do have 4 switch cards. I have 3 switch cards. But yeah, the Pikachu, that's a non-issue. The Pikachu, I don't even need 3 status conditions on this thing. 2 is fine. One of them has to be poison or burn. So yeah, the Joltik Box, I haven't been as... Uh-oh. Oh, they took the bait. They took the bait. I'm a master baiter, and they took the bait. So that should be GG. As long as I flip heads on one of these guys, that is GG. If I don't flip heads on one of these guys, we lose the game. Okay, well, we gotta figure this one out. So just, this is the one time where I actually need a heads. So of course we're not going to get it. This is the one time where I actually need to flip heads. And it's the one time it's not actually going to work. I told you, as soon as we needed a heads, the game was like, nah, suck a butt, bro. Okay, so we have to poison them. I guess we go Nest Ball, because I'm thinking about, like, you know, a couple turns from now. Oh, we have Area 0, but I don't have a Terra. Damn it. Okay, so I think it's just a retreat into the Cradily, do a little bit of damage, and a hundo. Damn, that was disappointing. But if we manage to beat Joltik Box, I think we can all agree that this is the greatest deck ever made. And I should have Legacy Energy somewhere, if this is the Legacy Energy build. So if they just go for an arm press, then we might be okay, because they can't do anything with Ampu very much other than knock out the Budew. If they knock out the Budew, they go down to one prize, and then I would 100%... Okay. So then I just give them the Brute Bonnet? Okay. I don't think you should be using Iron Bundle here. Because I would give them the Latias. Yeah, like if they attached, if they didn't use their attachment. So if you're ever doing this and you're like, oh, I'm going to use the Iron Bundle, never do what they did. Use the Iron Bundle before your attachment. Because if they, you know, I didn't know if they had a grass energy or not. If obviously if they had a grass energy and I sent up the Latias, then they just play with their balls, damn it. So yeah, I think to keep their options open, I think they screwed up the order of operations a little bit, is that if they're planning on using Iron Bundle, they should have, you know, did their Iono, they should have bundled, they should have done all these things. But obviously, if they never intended to use Iron Bundle and they just wanted to thin it out, then it doesn't matter. But I think in terms of order of operations, I didn't know if they had a grass energy or not. So that would have influenced my decision of who to promote. It probably would have just been the Brute Bonnet, which still wouldn't have been great to lose. Did they just use Ampu very much when I have Cradily that's not getting knocked out? Okay. PDCGL, please have some mercy here. Okay. Please. I don't even need to flip heads. So I'm not BMing. I didn't realize. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I did not realize. Let's get rid of the Ursaluna, because that's the more fun card, and I don't want to win with fun cards. Okay, and then we just go Miasma Wind. We don't let them activate Fezandipiti, so it was actually a good thing that we flipped Tails. But, you know, I knew we were going to flip Tails because PDCGL wanted me to, you know, even out the odds there. It's like, we give you too many heads. Yeah, the Bonsly, get rid of that. Literally what I did before the stream was just type in confused, poisoned, burned, asleep, paralyzed, and just looked up, like, who can cause status conditions. I think Budew is just better than Bonsly because Budew item locks them. It lets you get set up. This one, it increases your damage, but it's not worth it. So there's a Roselia that poisons with its ability. So if, you know, they hit into you, they get poisoned. So you're less reliant on Brute Bonnet and Cradily for poison. But, you know, I have a dangerous laser build. We have wacky builds today. And did they not? It was knocked out. 4 cards were discarded. Yeah, I guess they didn't. I guess they misclicked or something. Yeah, they might not have noticed. They might have misclicked. Oh, right, because it's poison. Gohan, thank you. Yes, I was too busy giving expert commentary to read and notice what was going on. So, Gohan, you were correct. Just like when you were correct in marrying Videl. All right, so, yeah, they got the grass. Doesn't matter. They don't know that I can win the game this turn. Literally, I can win the game this turn. No, don't choose a new active. What are you doing? Oh, okay. They're going to Prime Catcher? Okay. I have game in my hand. Please don't Iono me. Please. Oh, we just have game in hand. This is amazing. They have no idea what's about to happen. Your balls are about to get roasted, baby. We're not even going to have to use Cradilly's ability. This is why Volcanion makes the deck better. All right, so don't concede. Don't be a jerk face. Don't be a jerk face. Don't be a jerk face. All right, here we go. Here we go. Stalling steam. I'm playing quickly. I'm playing quickly. I'm playing so fast the game's going to break. I'm playing so fast the game is going to freaking break. And it's going to be hilarious. There we go. Miasma win. So yes, the Pikachu survives. But then the poison and the burn, Resolute Fart doesn't matter if you have poison and burn damage. We're going to do all that. Hey, PDCGL didn't flip the coin. That's cool. Saved us a little bit of time. There we go. Joltik Box is a fate deck. You know, the reason I didn't cover Joltik Box is because I knew it was a fate crap deck and that I knew that Cradily was a much better deck and it should definitely be the one that's featured over Iron Hands Joltik. Aside from the fact that I don't have good cards in my hand in terms of supporters, this is actually a really good start. I think I just hit him with the corner. Yeah, the ability still works on Brute Bonnet even if Jamming Tower is in play. It's just you don't get the HP boost and you can still be affected by status conditions. So the Maractus prevents them from retreating. My opponent does have an Ancient Booster in the deck, but we have to hope that that's their only one, right? Because a Jamming Tower build of Raging Bolt, I didn't click away. That was PDCGL. A Jamming Tower build of Raging Bolt typically doesn't have more than one Ancient Booster. That's my hope, is that, you know, that they just have the one, or they, you know, decide to bump their own Area 0 with a Jamming Tower and they don't realize what they've done. I mean, we're not out of the danger zone yet. But if their only retreat card, if they don't play Switch, we might be okay. Oh god. Okay. They're gonna take 6 to the face. I have to go into Lileep. I mean, if I get a counter catcher, then we can bring up the Squawkabilly again and then trap it with Lileep. Oh, I don't have an energy, so we can't do that. So we just gotta go. Dangerous laser, baby. I'm feeling dangerous. I'm feeling dangerous. And you can't really tell, but it is confused. You know, usually the card would be... Wait, confusion is 180, right? Or is paralysis 180? I can never remember. In real life, you're supposed to turn the card either left, right, or a full 180 to determine sleep, paralysis, or confusion. But PDCGL is like, no, we're just going to have some weird effects that sometimes you can't even see. But if they have a Latias and a backup attacker, that's bad. But if they flip tails, that's good. Uh-oh. Just go for a burst roar. Nothing bad will happen. Just go for a burst roar, buddy. That's an energy retrieval. You just go for a burst roar. You don't know what confusion does. This is TCG Pocket, where the attack fails if you flip tails on confusion. Oh my god. All right, well, it's going to be fine because we're going to top deck everything we need. We have one Cradily, and that's all we need to win the game. They have to discard 2 energy. They're going to get rid of the... Oh, okay. We just need a Cradily, and we're totally fine. Just give me a Nest Ball. Give me one of my 12 supporters. I don't really want an Ultra Ball, but if I have to take an Ultra Ball to play the game, I'll take it. Or an Iono. That's perfect. All right, Dangerous Laser for the win, everybody. We so got this. They're going to have a dead hand. Okay, I mean, these are playable cards. These are cards that do happen to be playable. And then we'll go Budew down. I don't want to put the Latias into play quite yet. Oh, man, we're going to lose this game so badly. We're going to lose this game so badly. But we did take a knockout, all right? It was a moral victory. It was an oral victory, as the kids would say. And could you imagine if we top deck a rare candy? This would be the greatest game in Cradily history. I would solidify myself as the greatest Cradily player in the history of PTCGL. This is going to be a Fezandipiti. Oh. Okay, not a Fezandipiti. That's fine. I purposely avoided putting two... Oh, crap. I purposely avoided putting two prizers on the field. This will be a Fezandipiti. No, they went to Hooters. Okay, don't they realize it's out of business? They're relying on... Oh, they're going for it. They are just saying, I don't need energy. I'm just going for it. Okay, so we're actually going to give them more cards, which is bad. Oh, wait, what? Oh, right, wait, what? Oh, they can't count. Or wait, what kind of brain thing is that they just did? That's called an oopsie. I've never been there before. I wouldn't know that feeling. Yeah, they definitely overthunked, unless they wanted to go for a burst roar all along. I think maybe they wanted to go for the burst roar all along, because they don't think I can win this game. They don't think that I have it like that. They don't believe in the heart of the cards. That's their problem. Oh, almost. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. That was almost a real bad thing I just did. All right, then we go Iono. We're going to get the greatest 4 cards you've ever seen. We're going to get a Switch and a Volcanion. Okay, well, that's fine. We're going to go Selective Slime. Now, I definitely have a decision to make if we flip heads. If I go for Burn, that could just win me the game if they, you know, don't switch out. But if I go for Confusion, then they might not be able to attack. And they might second guess themselves. But I think we all know what I'm about to do. We're going for the funny play. We're not going to play it safe here. Okay? We could go for the Confusion and try to screw them over, or we could go for the high-risk, low-reward play, which is hope they flip tails on Burn. Yes! Is this going to be the... Well, actually, we didn't need to hope that, because the poison will get them too. But this makes it funnier. The negative is if they just manage to find an ancient booster. The whole chancy of us winning this game has been predicated on the fact of, do they have a second ancient booster in that deck? And if they do, how screwed are we? And the answer is we are super screwed. But if they can't switch out that Raging Bolt, this is amazing. And this might be this literally is the greatest Cradily game in the history of Cradily. And Rocksteady, if that's some philosopher stuff, I have no idea what it is. Oh, crap. Okay, but we can... Oh, no, we can't knock them out with Budew if they get an Ancient Booster. You don't have a second one. Nobody's playing the Tool Jammer build with a second Ancient Booster. They're probably just going to go for a switch. But wait, do they even have an attack if they switch? They would have to go Night Stretcher or Soda. So it's probably Soda. Yeah, Soda, Night Stretcher. This is amazing. This is so amazing. I am beside myself with glee. Never actually watched that show. But I am beside myself. If they don't switch out, this is amazing. Like I can't overstate how amazing this is. Obviously they'll promote a Noctowl, but they can't take a 3-prize turn. Right? Because I would take them off the Briar turn. This is going to be a Latias. This is going to be the stupid Latias, isn't it? After... Hello? Is that... What is that I see? Is that a Zerosich I see? Oh, there's Hooters. It's Hooters. Is that a Zerosich Machination? Are you getting Swifty on me again? All right, so I guess they prized the Latias. That would be my only thinking, is that they just don't have the Latias. And we win. Because they're going to knock me out. I believe I just promote the Budew. And then what do I do? Like, I can Arven for rare candy, but that doesn't really let me do anything. Prime Catcher is most likely their ace spec. I mean, Bloodmoon Ursaluna just wins me the game if they get down to one prize. So it's actually not the worst if I leave like a naked Volcanion or something. Huh. But we are taking 2 prizes. So that's really going to change things. Or not really at all. No, it's really a tool. I've also got 33 cards left in deck. Okay, so they just have to promote a Knocked Owl. And then I will have to knock it out just to get off a Briar turn. Because if they can somehow get 1,000,000 energy on a Teal Mask Odor... Oh, this is great. We are having fun today, aren't... Oh, crap. Oh, no. Maybe I should have Iono'd them, but I don't believe in the heart of the cards that much. Okay, so we go... Do we use the Ursaluna now, or... because, I mean, if they knock out the Ursaluna, I think that's okay. I think if they knock out the Ursaluna, that's okay. And then I go... Maybe I do Iono them to nothing? Or Iono them to 3? Because, like, what's the worst that can happen? They go for the Root Fossil, but then, like, I would have 2 cards. And that's not as good. All right, so let's go Ancient Booster on you. I want to go Iris's Fighting Spirit on the Arven. That was pretty good. Okay, I don't think I can get too swifty here. Okay, as much as I would like to, I don't think I can get too spicy and go for like a bind down on the Knocked Owl. I feel like that would be risking way too much for not enough. Like, I was way too risky at the start of this game. We can't... We have the win now. You know, I'm risky when I think the game is out of reach. The game is within reach, right? We are able to block flying attackers here because we have reach. You know, we are the best game in the Halo series. Now, where is my bosses? We still have bosses. We still have Countercatcher. So if they do knock out a 2-prizer, like if they go bosses and retreat or something, then we can still Countercatcher or bosses. But yeah, the Teal Mask Odorpon, I'm very concerned about if they have a Briar. Normally you'd be like, well, Raging Bolt doesn't play Briar. Raging Bolt doesn't play Xerosix Machinations either. And that one's in here too. So if this is just a... Okay, good. Bloodmoon Ursaluna, we got free retreat. I knew this was going to happen. So they're going to knock out my Ursaluna, go down to 1 prize. And then I just promote the Budew? Huh. We are in a very interesting situation here, but they have activated Countercatcher, which is very good. Okay. Budew in the active. We got this. We got this. Budew in the active. Greatest comeback in history. Volcanion top. I was just about to say Volcanion top deck. All right, let's be smart here. Let's be smart because we still don't quite have it. But I'm choosing to believe in the heart of the cards. I'm going to keep you in as much suspense as possible because we don't currently have it. But we're going for it. We're going for everything here. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to go Surfer. I'm going to leave it down to the very last second. Does PDCGL hate me or does PDCGL believe? Here we go. Retreat into Cradily. This has to be a heads or else we lose the game. I probably should have done this differently, but it doesn't matter. We got it, everybody. Confused? Oh, why would you consider? I had to do all the things. You could have been a part of history. Everyone say L tacos, Del tacos. You could have been. I hate people that concede right when it's about to happen. I was not slow rolling you. I needed all 3 status conditions to take the knockout, but there you go. If all you do is flip heads, then Cradily is the greatest deck that has fossils in it.